The autumn leaves swirled along the streets of Portland, Oregon, as 36-year-old Dr. Elena Martinez locked the door to her veterinary clinic. The sun was setting behind Mount Hood, painting the sky in shades of amber and rose, but Elena barely noticed. She'd stopped noticing beautiful things a long time ago. Elena had built a successful practice treating exotic animals, earning respect from colleagues and devotion from clients. She owned a charming craftsman house in the Alberta Arts District, had a close circle of friends, and maintained an active social life. By all external measures, she was thriving. But inside, she felt like a desert. It had been 3 years since her divorce from Marcus. The marriage had ended not with drama, but with a quiet acknowledgement that they'd become roommates who occasionally had obligatory, uninspiring sex. Since then, Elena had dated sporadically, but each relationship followed the same pattern. Initial attraction, followed by a gradual decline in her interest, culminating in her partner's frustration with her apparent lack of desire. "Maybe I'm just not a sexual person anymore," she'd told her therapist 6 months ago. "Maybe that part of me just died." Her therapist had suggested something might be physically wrong, so Elena had undergone a full medical workup. Hormones, normal. Thyroid, normal. Everything, completely, frustratingly normal. "Some people just have low libido," her doctor had shrugged. "It's not necessarily a problem unless it bothers you." But it did bother her. Not because she missed sex itself, but because she missed feeling alive. The turning point came during a women's wellness workshop Elena attended with her friend Sophia. The presenter, a sex educator, mentioned something that made Elena sit up straighter. "Many women believe they have low libido when they actually have responsive desire," the speaker explained. "Spontaneous desire, the kind that just appears out of nowhere, is more common in men. But for many women, especially after 30, desire responds to the right context, the right stimulation, the right connection. It doesn't spontaneously appear. That doesn't mean it's absent. It just works differently." After the workshop, Sophia pulled Elena aside. "You know, this reminds me of something," Sophia said carefully. "There's this sexologist in town, Beto Alves. He specializes in exactly this kind of work, helping women understand their sexual energy, reconnect with their bodies. He uses tantric practices, breathwork, somatic therapy. I know it sounds unconventional, but..." Elena wanted to dismiss it. She was a woman of science, of evidence-based medicine. But the presenter's words had struck something deep. What if she wasn't broken? What if she just didn't understand how she worked? 2 weeks later, Elena found herself standing outside a converted loft in the Pearl District, reading a bronze plaque. Beto Alves, Sexology and Integrative Body Therapy. Sexologist Beto opened the door himself. At 35, he had an immediately calming presence. Warm brown eyes, a genuine smile, dressed simply in dark jeans and a gray Henley. His handshake was firm but gentle. "Elena, welcome. Thank you for taking this step." The space was nothing like a clinical office. Warm lighting, natural wood, plants everywhere, the subtle scent of lavender, comfortable cushioned seating areas. A small fountain created gentle water sounds. Everything invited openness and ease. They sat in 2 chairs facing each other, and Beto began with questions that surprised her. Not about her sexual history or relationship problems, but about her life. What brought her joy? When did she feel energized? What did a typical day look like? How did she care for herself? Elena found herself answering honestly, describing the numbness that had settled over her life, the way pleasure of any kind, good food, music, nature, had faded to background noise. "You mentioned feeling like you have no libido," Beto said thoughtfully. "But what if I told you that your libido never disappeared? What if it's simply waiting for the right conditions to emerge?" Elena frowned. "What do you mean?" "There's a concept called responsive desire," Beto explained. leaning forward slightly. It's incredibly common, especially in women. Unlike spontaneous desire, which appears randomly throughout the day, responsive desire needs context to activate. The right environment, the right touch, the right mental state, the right connection. He paused, letting that sink in. Western culture trains us to believe that normal desire is spontaneous and constant, that it should hit us like lightning out of nowhere. But for many people, particularly women, that's not how it works. And when they don't experience desire that way, they assume something is wrong with them. Something clicked in Elena's mind. She'd spent years comparing herself to Marcus, who seemed ready for sex at a moment's notice. She'd assumed her inability to match that meant she was deficient. You don't have low libido, Beto continued gently. You have a different kind of libido, one that needs to be cultivated, not forced. And that's what we'll work on together. The first 3 sessions focused entirely on breath. It seemed almost insultingly simple. Elena sat on a comfortable cushion, eyes closed, while Beto guided her through conscious breathing patterns. 4 counts in, hold for 4, 6 counts out. Repeat. Within 20 minutes of the first session, something unexpected happened. Warmth bloomed in her chest. Her fingers began to tingle. Emotions she couldn't name welled up, and suddenly tears were streaming down her face. I don't understand, she whispered. Why am I crying? You're feeling. Beto's voice was soft and steady. Your body is remembering how to feel. Just allow it. She cried for what seemed like hours, but was only minutes. When she finally opened her eyes, Beto handed her a cup of herbal tea and a soft blanket. That's blocked energy moving, he explained. For years you've been holding tension, suppressing sensation. Now we're opening those channels again. Between sessions, Elena noticed subtle changes. Colors seemed more vivid. She found herself actually tasting her food instead of eating mechanically. She started taking longer showers, noticing the sensation of water on her skin. Small pleasures began returning. By the 4th session, they progressed to somatic awareness practices. Lying on a soft mat, Elena was guided to scan her body mentally, noticing sensations without judgment. Place your hand on your heart, Beto instructed. Feel the beating. Now move it to your lower abdomen. Feel the breath expanding this area. It felt intimate, but not uncomfortable. Beto maintained professional distance, his voice always calm and instructive. Many women disconnect from their pelvic region, he explained. We treat it like it doesn't exist except when we need it for sex or reproduction. But this is where your life force energy resides, your creative power, your vitality. Elena realized he was right. She'd spent years ignoring that entire part of herself, treating it as purely functional. The 5th session introduced gentle movement practices, flowing sequences inspired by yoga and dance, designed to activate pelvic energy. Elena felt awkward at first, but Beto encouraged her. There's no right or wrong, just feel the movement. Let your body express itself. Something remarkable happened. As she moved, she felt warmth spreading through her pelvis, up her spine. Not sexual arousal exactly, but something deeper, a vitality she'd forgotten existed. The 6th session marked a turning point. Today we'll work directly with sexual energy, Beto announced. But I need you to understand something crucial. Sexual energy isn't just about sex. It's your creative force, your passion for life, your capacity for pleasure in all forms. They sat face to face, knees almost touching. Beto guided Elena through a meditation where she visualized golden energy circulating through her body, pooling in her pelvis, then rising up her spine. When this energy is repressed or ignored, Beto explained, it stagnates. We become tired, uninspired, disconnected. When it flows freely, we feel alive, creative, passionate. Elena felt the energy he described. It was like a warm electrical current, heating her body from within. She began to understand. Her low libido had never been about lacking desire. It was about having blocked the flow of this vital energy. In the 7th session, Beto introduced therapeutic touch, always with explicit consent and clear professional boundaries. Hands on shoulders, on the back, helping to release tension and activate energy points. Each touch was intentional, respectful, healing. And Elena felt her body responding, not with immediate arousal, but with a gradual awakening, like a flower slowly opening to sunlight. Your body is relearning to receive, Beto said, to open, to trust. It was during the 8th session that Beto first mentioned alchemia intima, inner alchemy. It's the deepest work I do, he explained. A tantric practice where we use conscious sexual union to elevate and transmute energy. It's not about performance or technique. It's about using sexuality as a portal to expanded states of consciousness and complete libido alignment. Elena felt a mixture of curiosity and nervousness. How does it work? It's a completely present and conscious experience, Beto described. We use breath, movement, sound, and touch to build and circulate sexual energy throughout the entire body, not just concentrated in the genitals. The goal isn't orgasm as an endpoint, but energetic elevation. Many women experience profound revelations during the practice. He paused. But it only happens if you feel it's the right step for you. No rush, no pressure. Elena thought about it for a full week. She recognized the profound changes she'd already experienced. She felt enthusiasm for life again, genuine interest in things, a vitality she hadn't known in years. But there was still a part of her waiting to fully awaken. I want to, she said in the 9th session. I'm ready. The Alchemia Intima session was scheduled for a Saturday afternoon when the building would be quiet. Elena arrived as golden autumn light filtered through the windows, illuminating the Willamette River in the distance. The space had been transformed. Soft candlelight created a sacred ambiance. Sandalwood incense perfumed the air. Ambient music played quietly, singing bowls and gentle flutes. Beto greeted her with the same calm professionalism as always. They began with tea and conversation, ensuring Elena felt completely comfortable and safe. He explained each stage of what would happen, emphasizing that she could pause or stop at any moment. This is your journey, Beto reinforced. I'm simply holding space for your transformation. They started with 40 minutes of deep synchronized breathing. Sitting face to face, breathing together, Elena felt her consciousness shift. Her body became simultaneously relaxed and vibrant, grounded and expansive. Beto then guided her through gentle, intentional touch, shoulders, arms, back, helping energy circulate. Each point of contact ignited something within her. Not just physical sensation, but deep energetic activation. As the practice deepened, they moved into traditional tantric postures, always with reverence and intention. When they finally reached the sexual union that characterizes alchemia intima, Elena experienced something she'd never imagined possible. It wasn't just physical pleasure, though that was present. It was an explosion of energy that shot up her spine like liquid fire. She felt every cell in her body illuminate. Waves of heat, cold, electricity coursed through her skin. And then came the revelation. For years, Elena had believed she didn't feel desire because something was wrong with her. But the truth was different. Her desire had never disappeared. It simply worked differently. It didn't arise spontaneously. It responded to context, to connection, to conscious presence. She didn't have low libido. She had responsive desire, and when properly nurtured, this type of desire was incredibly powerful. The energy continued building, waves growing more intense. Beto guided her with a calm voice through breaths and movements that amplified the experience. Elena felt the energy explode through the crown of her head, connecting her to something infinitely larger than herself. She was crying and laughing simultaneously, overwhelmed by ecstatic joy. This wasn't just an orgasm, it was a complete awakening of her entire being. Afterward, wrapped in a soft blanket, Elena lay in silence for long minutes, integrating the experience. Beto remained nearby, a respectful guardian of the sacred space they'd created. When she finally spoke, her voice was different, deeper, more authentic. "I spent years thinking I was broken," she whispered. "That something was fundamentally wrong with me." "You never were," Beto responded gently. "You simply didn't understand your own nature. Your desire isn't inferior, it's different. And when respected and properly nurtured, it's equally powerful." They talked for hours as the candles burned low. Beto explained more about responsive desire, how most women function this way, but society makes them feel abnormal for not matching the spontaneous desire model. "What you experienced today," he said, "was your body remembering its full capacity for pleasure when all conditions align: safety, presence, connection, gradual activation." "What happens now?" Elena asked. "Now you live from this understanding," Beto smiled. "You honor the type of desire you have. You create contexts that nurture it. You stop forcing yourself to function in a way that isn't natural for you." In the months that followed, Elena's life transformed in subtle and profound ways. She started dating again, but with a completely different approach. She no longer accepted mechanical sex just because it was expected. She communicated her needs: context, connection, extended foreplay, presence. Surprisingly, the men worth having responded enthusiastically, and sex became incredibly fulfilling. But the change went beyond sexuality. The vital energy Elena had unblocked expressed itself in all areas of her life. She took on more challenging cases at the clinic. She started painting again, a hobby abandoned years ago. She cultivated deeper friendships. She was no longer numb. She was alive. 6 months after her final session, Elena sent Beto a message. "Thank you for helping me discover I was never broken, just misunderstood." His response came quickly. "The truth was always within you. I simply helped you remember it." Elena smiled, setting down her phone and returning to the canvas before her. A vibrant painting of Mount Hood at sunset, full of rich colors she could finally see and feel. Outside her studio window, autumn leaves danced in the Portland breeze. She took a deep breath, feeling energy flow freely through her body, and picked up her brush.